Let's solve LeetCode problem 2017 grid game. Read the problem statement at your own pace. Let me explain the same with the help of an example. Both robots start at the top left cell and stop at the bottom right cell. Robot 1 changes the visited cells to 0 and tries to minimize the points collected by Robot 2. There are 3 cases. Case 1. Robot 1 walks through all the points in the second row. Case 2. Robot 1 walks through all the points in the first row. Case 3. Robot 1 partially walks along the first row, goes down at a specific column, and then moves right to the destination. In case 1, Robot 2 collects all the points in the first row except the top left cell. So the points collected by Robot 2 is 0 plus 5 plus 4 plus 0 is equal to 9. In case 2, Robot 2 collects all the points in the second row except the bottom right cell. So the points collected by Robot 2 is 0 plus 1 plus 5 plus 0 is equal to 6. In case 3, Robot 2 has 2 options. Option 1. Walk along the remaining cells in the first row. Points collected. 0 plus 0 plus 4 plus 0 is equal to 4. Option 2. Walk along the remaining cells in the second row. Points collected. 0 plus 1 plus 0 plus 0 is equal to 1. Robot 2 will choose the maximum points from the 2 options, i.e. 4. Since Robot 1 wants Robot 2 to collect the minimum points, Robot 1 will force case 3. Thus, the answer is the minimum of 9, 6, and 4, which is 4. Making observations.to simplify calculations, we can use prefix sums for each row. Let's see how this helps. In case 1, after Robot 1 finishes walking and sets the cells in the second row to 0, Robot 2's points can be calculated using the prefix sum of the first row. Points for Robot 2 equals row 1 total sum. Row 1 prefix sum. A0, J. Where row 1 total sum is total sum of all elements in first row. Row 1 prefix sum is prefix sum of all row 1 elements visited till jth iteration. And A0, J is value of current cell. Similarly, in case 2, Robot 2's points can be calculated as points for Robot 2 equals row 2 prefix sum, where row 2 prefix sum is prefix sum of all row 2 elements visited till jth iteration. Case 3 is a generalized case that includes both case 1 and case 2. Let's say Robot 1 goes right up to the ith column, then goes down and finally moves right to the end. Robot 2 has 2 options. Option 1. Collect points from the first row after column I. Points equals row 1 total sum. Row 1 prefix sum. A0, J. Option 2. Collect points from the second row before column I. Points equals row 2 prefix sum. Robot 2 will choose the maximum of these 2 options. Therefore, Robot 2's points equals max. Option 1. Option 2. Y1 plus Y2 equals row 1 total sum. Row 1 prefix sum. A0, J. X1 equals row 2 prefix sum. Thus we can calculate Robot 2 points. Using these observations, we can write our code. Let's get know of rows and columns of the array first. Let's calculate row 1 total sum, which is nothing but sum of all elements of first row. Let's initialize result to long max underscore value, and we'll try to minimize it going forward. Let's initialize row 1 prefix sum and row 2 prefix sum to 0. For each iteration, result will be minimum of its previous value and Robot 2 points of current iteration. Now Robot 2 points is max of Robot 2 points from row 1 and Robot 2 points from row 2. To calc, Robot 2 points from row 1. If J is last column J, i.e. C1, then there are no rows left for Robot 2 to walk, so we get 0. Else we get row 1 total sum. Row 1 prefix sum is 0, J, as explained in observation. Similarly, Robot 2 points from row 2 will be 0 for first cell of row 2. Else it will be row 2 prefix sum as explained in observation. After all cells are visited, we get the min points that Robot 2 would be able to collect, and we return the result. Time complexity. We iterate over all elements of the grid and perform big O of one-time operations during each visit. Thus, time complexity is big O of n. Space complexity. We do not use additional data structure to store intermediate results. Thus, space complexity is big O of 1. If you have some query, feel free to drop a comment. Please like and subscribe to support my content. Thank you.